Hey, this is Metalhead7. I just want to make a video showing off my knife collection so far. Keyword being so far because I got another one coming in the mail. Should be either this week or next week. Definitely gonna post the unboxing of that because I'm excited and can't wait to get it. But without further ado, I'm gonna go through the knives and just talk about, maybe say a few things about them, and here we go. Well, first I'll show you this. This is it's like a switchblade comb. I don't have it on me. It's actually in my car because I use it a lot of the time. I just take it out and whatever. Then I have a butterfly knife or balisong comb, which I don't have enough room to do any flipping, but for what it's worth, got that. I do like that it has the adjustment screws, because it's like one of those cheapy ones. I mean, it's got a little bit of play, as you can see. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But I mean, the comb works. I mean, how hard is it to make a comb? But I mean, I've had the scales bend, and the adjustment screws usually fix it good enough. This is one of my hobo knife, as I've seen it being called a lot. I got this when I was in I don't know, like primary school, like first grade or something, when my family went on a camping trip. My dad got me this, and I just thought it was the coolest thing to have a knife and a can opener and a spoon and a fork, like all in this one little thing. I just thought it was so awesome. Then I got a SAC Classic. This is actually from 1994. You can barely see that it's etched on there, but my dad bought this for me for Christmas in 1994, but I guess I was too young back then to have it, so he just kept it for safekeeping, and then maybe a few months ago he found it in his stuff, and he had my little brother bring it to me and say Merry Christmas. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's obviously never been used. It's from 1994. Next is a Boy Scouts knife, which actually belonged to my great-grandfather. Now, he wasn't actually in the Boy Scouts, but he thought the knife was a really good knife, so he carried it a lot. And then my grandfather gave it to me because he felt that since I was the first Eagle Scout in the family, that I pretty much deserved it. Plus, I'm named after my great-grandfather. Got a set of throwing knives. Used to have 6, but then I lost them. Cheap dagger. I got it because I thought it looked really cool. Multi-tool. Got a knife, a file with a saw on it, screwdriver, wrench. Use that sometimes, not much. Here's my custom paracord handle tactical plastic knife, which I discussed in an earlier video. Here's a Steel Warrior. My friend, he and I both worked at this one summer camp, but I only worked there one summer, but he went up there the year after me, and he found this just sitting on the road. Now, it was so corroded and beat up and everything. I mean, you could not open up the blades or anything. And I asked him, did he even try to open it or clean it? He said no. So he said I could have it. And after just messing with it for who knows how long, I finally got it to where it works. And the first thing he said when I finally made it so it would open, he just said, "Oh, it's not sharp." And he just kept criticizing me on that it wasn't sharp. And I said, you should just be impressed that I got it open. Alright, next I got a 100-year anniversary buck knife, 1902 to 2002. I used this some back in the day, but then I pretty much just tried to keep it clean and everything, since it was the whole 100 years, and has it right there, if you can see that. Alright. Next up is cheap China big ass knife. I don't remember if I bought this or if somebody gave it to me. Oh, it even has a compass in the handle. You know, that makes it so much better. But I got this and I thought it was the coolest thing just because it was a big knife, and back then if it was a big knife I loved it. Alright, next up is my Gerber multi-tool. I use this so much at work, and I love that it has this little set of bits that actually go and attach to the screwdriver here. I also like the replaceable saw blade, but I think I've used all the different attachments at least like 3 or 4 times, but that's definitely one of the things that I carry every day at work. Next I have 2 Frost cutlery knives. This one says Special Forces USA. Of course it's made in China. Yeah, I got it at a yard sale for a few bucks. And inside on the spring in there for the lock in the back, the plastic's broken. I don't carry that much. The other one, I took off the pocket clip that went there, and I basically bought this one just because I thought it looked cool. And this was way back in my younger years when just being cool was enough for me. Alright. Then I have 3 Winchester knives. I got this little one, which I'm sure came with something else. I carry this one sometimes. It depends on how I'm feeling, if I just want to have a small knife on me. I like the totally stainless all over. I think that's neat. Then I got this one recently, which I like that it has the adjustments, or the screws that you can adjust everything. I mean, there's no blade play in it, which I like, and it feels really great in my hand. Oh, let me get back on the screen. It feels really great in my hand. I don't know, it's a nice, cheaper knife of mine. And then here's another one, my only spring-assisted knife, which I'm planning on getting another type of spring-assisted one soon. I don't know, I just think this one looks really neat with the wood. Here, let me see if I can. There. You can kind of, there. I think that's neat with how it's all metal and then just you got that little bit of wood. I think it just looks pretty neat. Then there's my ball lock. Plastic something handles, stainless, made in Taiwan. But the lock mechanism is this little ball bearing that you push in, and it's a liner lock on the inside, but that is what activates it, and you put it down like that. And this one's worked pretty good for me whenever I used it, but I started flicking the blade out too much and it would actually pop the ball out, so nowadays I just have to be careful whenever I use it, if I use it. Here is two knives that my father and I both got. I think this one's his, this one's mine. We got them at this store in Georgia that sold knives, and I liked his so much that he went and bought me one. And like the Swiss Army knife, it was lost for who knows how long, and then we found it in a box, and I brought it in, sharpened it, and it was actually split on the smaller one, and we fixed that. Then I have my Schrade Imperial Tradesman. I have a video on this one. It's a pretty good knife. I use this one a lot. This is a Xikar knife. That hole right there, actually, like, you could put a cigar in there, and you take this and you just snap it shut and it cuts a cigar. But I got this one because Xikar is a lighter brand, and I just thought that would be pretty cool. But when I got it, I mean, it's nice and sharp, holds a great edge, and I don't carry it too often, but sometimes I'll get in the mood to carry it. And then here's my two Duke knives, or knives, whatever you want to call them. Definitely carry this one more often, simply because it's just smaller and I like the monkey's fist on it. I usually have it like that, or I'll carry it like that. And I also got the lanyard knot that I tied on there when I started getting into the paracord knot stuff. And last of my knives so far is my only automatic, and it's a cheap OTF that I got at a flea market. I actually got this pretty recently, and I got it just because I went there and I was like, you know what, I just want to get it an automatic. I don't have one, don't care if it's cheap or not, so I bought that. Oh, almost forgot. I got this green Balisong. Not a big fan of it. I mean, the blade, it stays sharp pretty good. Just one of those cheap ones, you know, because I didn't want to spend like, you know, like hundreds of dollars on a Balisong if I'm not even that great at flipping them yet. Maybe I'll show a video of me flipping them one of these days. But then here is my first Balisong, and I just love this one. It has weight to it, and it's just so much easier to flip than that green one. Plus, I love that Tanto style blade, and it has on there, it's like etched to kind of look like Damascus, but I mean, it's obviously not, but it's just super cool to flip around. It was awesome to learn on, and I definitely use this more than the green one or that comb. Carry it around the house and just flip and do all that. While I'm here, I want to do a quick thing showing my different sharpening stuff. I got one of these little doohickeys that just does the V thing, and yesterday I went to a woodworking show, got some diamond sharpening boards. I got 150 grit, 300, 450. And I also bought a Japanese whetstone. Let me get it out. Right here. It's 8,000 grit. Haven't used it yet, but I'll probably try it out tonight, see how well it works. Anyways, this is Metalhead 7, and have a good day.